And welcome to the series of solutions for South Africa's problems. I'm now by point number 6, the tourism principle. This is an open letter to government, to the media, to the press, to everybody. Instead of complaining, I've made a list of 27 problems in the country, and I'm giving a solution to each of the problems. Now it depends on how we can implement the solution. So in this series, I'm giving a solution to load shedding, crime, corruption, and I'm by number 6, which is a tourism principle. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Help me grow this channel to 1,000, 10,000, and then to infinity and beyond. South Africa is a fabulous place. We've got some wonderful places: Table Mountain, the Kruger National Park, Durban, and Cape Town, and so many fabulous places. Cape Town is very famous with our overseas guests. So let's make South Africa a wonderful tourist destination. But let's look after the tourists, please. So very briefly, we know we have succeeded when the time comes that Arabs from Dubai or the Chinese from Hong Kong or the celebrities from California and New York come here for holidays as their number one favorite destination. And Napoleon Hill has said this very famously: whatever the mind of man can conceive, it can achieve. So we need to move away from this thing that South Africa is not the destination to be. We must make it as if we are going to Dubai. So we must make South Africa so fabulous that the Arabs from Dubai must come running here. People from Singapore must come here. People from America must come here. Must make it a safe place, a clean place, and must promote our wonderful and beautiful South Africa. But we need to also make sure that our beaches are clean. There must be no pollution. We must get our sewage under control. Must have our rivers clean. We must keep the environment clean. Let's keep our roads clean. I find it very frustrating. Sometimes, I don't go out much, but whenever I go out, it's very frustrating to see there's always this one person. They're driving and then they're throwing their boxes out of the car window. I don't know why people do that. Don't we have some sort of conscience that this is our beautiful country? Why, you eat your chicken licken and your cold drink. Why do you throw it out of the window while you are driving? This is a it's very rude, it's very disrespectful, not only for the drivers behind you, but it's disrespectful for our country. Take pride in our country. Don't throw rubbish out of the window, please. Let's not do that. Let's be proud of our country, each and every one of us, please. Don't throw rubbish in our rivers. Don't use our rivers, Yukske River, Henapsar. Don't use it as toilets. Please, let's be proud. Let's keep our place clean. Let's keep our rivers clean. Please, God has given us such wonderful water, such wonderful rivers, but now the water is looking brown, and that's not right. Okay. We need to develop this into Dubai. I'm just going to go slowly. We need to develop this into South Africa, into Dubai and Singapore. However, the first priority is safety for the tourists, well-maintained roads and infrastructure, and having our load shedding and water shortages under control. If we have tourists here, our businesses can improve. If our businesses can improve, we can hire more staff. We get more jobs. We are fighting unemployment. But it's all one big cycle. We can't have load shedding and then expect tourists to come here. We can't have potholes in the street and then expect tourists to come here. We can't have unsafe streets and then expect tourists to come here. So please, let's make South Africa a safe place. Let's fix up all the potholes in the road. Let's fix our load shedding. And let's invite the whole world to come to South Africa. What a magnificent, beautiful place. Not only South Africa, but the rest of the African continent. The Masai Mara, the Okavango Delta, the plains of the Serengeti, the wildebeest running from Kenya to Tanzania. So this is a fabulous, fabulous place. The Okavango Delta, just by Botswana side, the Kalahari Desert, Okavango Delta, the rain is falling. In Angola, there's drought in the Okavango Delta. There's nothing, very little pools of water. The elephants are very thirsty. The wildebeest are thirsty. And then a couple of months earlier, it was raining there, and then the water comes and the whole thing comes to life. Wow, what an amazing scene. Crocodiles are there, the birds are there, the bees, the frogs, in the millions and billions and billions. So it is the last Eden on earth. So Africa is a fabulous place. South Africa is a fabulous place. Let's make it a wonderful place for our tourists. We should promote our amazing world-class Kruger National Park and the diversity of our fauna and flora. We should promote Cape Town, Table Mountain, the meeting of the two oceans, and other amazing destinations that we have in our country. The southern tip of Africa is the only place in the world where two oceans meet: the Indian Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. There's no other place like this in the world. It's the only continent at the tip here where two oceans are meeting. The warm Indian Ocean is meeting the cold Atlantic Ocean, and you see that line where the two oceans are meeting. Well, in fact, we go further down, there's actually three oceans. It's the Indian Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Southern Ocean, which takes you right down to Antarctica. So this place of South Africa, Cape Town, Eastern Cape, all of that, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous places. Unique. There's no other place like that on the face of the earth. So stay well. Let's make South Africa a wonderful place for tourists. So we need to encourage our government to please provide for tourism. But all of that is a big cycle. Load shedding goes with it. Fix up our roads. Make sure there's safety and security. So as long as we are feeling safe, then we know tourists will come. Stay well. Look after yourself. And let's keep encouraging one another. Let's look at positive ways of looking at the country. Because everywhere we turn, we open the newspaper, everywhere is negative thinking, toxic thinking. Sometimes I get tired of all this negativity. Everything is just darkness. So I'm trying to put a positive element in it. I've made a list of the problems and I'm sharing the solutions with you. So please, let's get the conversation going. How can we make South Africa a better place for each and every one of us? Stay well and look after yourself.